Good morning. It's Monday, the 19th of September.
Good morning. Welcome to the programme. Also ahead, tackling...
I'll have more details on that in about 15 minutes.
Carol,
All right, thank you. See you later. Good morning. First, our main news this morning. Bailiffs are preparing to clear the Dale Farm Travellers site in Essex. The eviction, which comes at the end of several years of court hearings, is due to start at 8 o'clock this morning.
The local council says part of the site does not have planning permission and must be shut down, but people living there have promised to resist any attempt to move them on.
This morning, we'll be joined by one of the surgeons who's helped separate the girls, and we'll hear from an actress, Natasha McAlone, who's involved with the charity that brought them to the UK.
Kate Winslet was among the winners at America's biggest TV awards, the Emmys, held in Hollywood overnight. She was named Best Actress for her role in the miniseries Mildred Pierce, where she played the owner of a restaurant during the Depression. Julian Fellows. And what a way to celebrate the start of your second series.
Yes.
As well.
Did you see it last night?
No, too late.
Too late for us.
Got it recorded though. And, I was watching Spooks on BBC One.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes, 12 minutes past 6.
2016 and beyond. So you need athletic potential, clearly.
Yeah, to be tall for handball. There's no net. It's just a goal. You could actually.
Dipping and I'm quite fast.
You'd be very quick.
Anyway,
All
you
right.
need committed and motivated female athletes.
Yeah, and here, I told you I was ill.
Right. More on. We're going to Eurozone is back on the agenda, I'm afraid, this weekend. It's been...
Hey.
Oh, thank you. It's lovely to be back. It's lovely for all of us to be back together for the first time in ages.
The family's back.
Yes. Hanky's in there ready.
And she thanked her mum.
I know.
That's nice.
Time to get the news, weather and the travel where you are. See you in a couple of minutes. All right. See you later, Chris. Thank you. Now, we're going to return to our main story. That's the eviction of hundreds of travellers from Dale Farm in Essex, due to begin in just over an hour's time.
The residents there have said they will resist any attempts to move them out. So what sort of tactics can we expect from the bailiffs? Well, Jamie Wallop.
Very much for coming in, Dr. Glazer. What are the challenges of an operation like this? How difficult, it sounds like an extraordinarily technical operation to do this, because the blood vessels are tiny.
They're very tiny.
Thank you for coming in to talk to us about it,
You're
Dr.
very
Dan Glazer.
And in about an hour's time, we'll be joined by one of the surgeons who helped separate the girls. We'll also hear from the actress Natasha McAlone, who's involved with the charity that brought Rital and Ritag to the UK.
The time now, coming up to 6:45. This is Breakfast from BBC News. Here are our main stories this morning. A beautiful picture of
Glastonbury.
Doesn't it look stunning?
Lovely. It is. It's gorgeous. And for many parts of the country, we've got a bit of a northwest-southeast split. The northwest seeing wet and windy weather at times. The southeast seeing drier and brighter conditions.
All right. Thank you very much, Carol. Thank you. Let's take you back to our main story now. That's the eviction of hundreds of travellers from Dale Farm in Essex, due to begin in a little over an hour.
Yeah, a few minutes ago we heard from a bailiff of what the approach officially might be. Let's find out what it's like inside Dale Farm now, because our correspondent Fergal Keane is there. Morning. Mentioned that eviction due to start at 8 o'clock, although Jamie Weller's telling us they might just turn up and hand over
a letter.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Leave it for a day or two.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We're going to go to Simon now. It looks like it could be a crucial week for the Eurozone this week.
Yep, strap yourselves in. Here we go again. It could be another wild ride on the markets this...
Congratulations to her. And to all of them.
This is breakfast. I thought you were going to do your own speech then. Thanks to them. Thanks to my mother.
I'd like to thank you, actually.
Thank you.
For all the years.
Coming up on the show this morning, the man to make any Monday happy. Here he is.
Well, how's the weather?
Good morning.
Inside Dale Farm. Thanks very much.
Of course, we're keeping an eye on that story for you throughout the programme. Let's turn our attention now to what's happening with the Liberal Democrats, because shareholders are going to be given a bigger say on how much company executives get paid. That's under plans which are going to be announced by the Business Secretary Vince Cable in his speech to the Liberal Democrat conference in Birmingham. Mr Cable will also criticise what he calls appalling inequalities of income and wealth.
And we'll be talking live to the Business Secretary Vince Cable in just a few minutes.
Two men are expected to appear in court in Kenya today in connection with the murder of the British tourist David Tebbutt and the abduction of his wife Judith. They're accused of helping a gang who are thought to have come from Somalia to raid the resort where the couple are staying. Our correspondent Will Ross joined...
Just after 30 this hour, we'll be joined by one of the surgeons who helped separate the girls. We'll also hear from the actress Natasha McAlone, who's involved with the charity that brought Rital and Ritag to the UK.
Kate Winslet was among the winners at America's biggest television awards, the Emmys. They were held in Hollywood overnight.
She was named Best Actress.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Let's start first on the idea of cutting some of the reaction that's already come in this morning. This has come from the former Cabinet Minister John Redwood on his blog. He says it's a strange paradox. Mr. Cable dislikes high private sector executive pay and wishes to get shareholders to curb it. Yet he's one of a select few who decides the pay of RBS executives, a loss-making state-owned bank, and he does nothing to curb that. People who are making a loss.
Whatever.
Shannon will.
Topsy-turvy.
Okay,
All right,
thank you,
thanks very
Carol.
much. Now, students heading off to university this week will be the last to start their courses before the increase next year in tuition fees across the UK.
But how much undergraduates will pay in future, or even whether they pay at all, can vary hugely depending on where they live and where they'll study. Chris Buckler has been looking into the issue for us. He's at Dundee University this morning. Morning, Chris.
Were you in a toga, though, Chris Buckler?
We won't be doing that sort of
A
thing.
toga party. We should do breakfast in togas one morning, wouldn't we? Just for a laugh.
No.
No, you look good in a toga.
Thank you.
After 8.
We're going to look at some of the ways students can make their money go further. We've got Paul Lewis joining us.
If you'd like to calculate how much of your student loan you might have to pay back every year, there's a special calculator on the BBC website. Link into it by going to the Breakfast website, the address on the screen, bbc.co.uk/breakfast.
This is Breakfast.
With a little, thing
I'd
on your
already a bit toga-ish today, I think. This is Breakfast. Coming up this morning, British doctors have made medical...
Tidedale Farm now. Our correspondent Fergal Keane is there. And Fergal, you were telling us earlier that two people we just actually saw, two of the protesters, have concreted themselves in behind the gate. That's very much Fergal Keane inside Dale Farm, and we'll keep you right up to date with what's happening on that story this morning.
Now, I've just been speaking to the Business Secretary, Vince Cable, and he's told the programme he wants to stop bosses awarding themselves unjustifiably big pay rises, he says, by giving shareholders more say over the settlements. It's just one of the plans he's going to...
With some sunshine.
All right, thank you very much, Carol.
Talking about university students and how
Yes.
they can make their money go further, Hannah has commented on Facebook this morning, get a part-time job to help with weekly costs, don't travel home every weekend like most do, all the costs set up, don't go out drinking every Wednesday. And find a library in your first year, not your third.
Jake from Stratford-upon-Avon via email. My wife is Spanish, so our children have dual citizenship. They'll be going to a university in Spain where it's less than £1,000 a year in tuition fees.
Chris says it's all very well telling students how to make their money go further. You've got to get it first. And a lot of people having the issue of getting hold of their loans, etc. It's coming through. Their son, going back to Derby for his second year, started the process of trying to get funding in April. Hasn't come through yet, and we're in September now.
Dearie me. Thank you for all those. More of them a little bit later. It's about 10 to 8. Let's go to Simon now. He's got news about how you can make some cash from items lying around in the garage.
Underused items, like in my case, power tools that have never seen the light of day. Jaguar Land Rover at 8.15. It's been pushed back slightly. 8.15 on the potential new investment in
Yes,
Wolverhampton.
and potential new jobs as well.
I've got a strimmer that's not working. Can I rent that out?
I've
got a fridge.
Are you referring to yourself?
He's so funny.
Yes, he's so funny. I've got a donut maker.
Have you?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
How much do you reckon you get for that?
It's rubbish.
Okay.
That's why we don't use it.
It's got a hole in the middle.
Slow
All right.
cooker, honestly, loads of stuff. Thank you very much.
6 minutes to 8. The TV drama Downton Abbey dominated last night's Emmy Awards in Hollywood. It won 5 major prizes.
The show's creator, Julian Fellowes, was honoured for his outstanding writing, and Maggie Smith was named Best Supporting Actress. Well, they weren't the only British winners, because Kate Winslet took home the Best Actress prize, not before she used her speech to thank her mum. Hello, this is Breakfast with Bill Turnbull and Sean Williams.
The last stand, eviction day for the Dale Farm travellers.
Also, Happy Monday's frontman Sean Ryder says writing his autobiography forced him to face up to his past. He'll be here to tell us about his highs and lows.
So is Carol with the temperature.
I'll have more details in about 15 minutes.
Thanks,
OK,
Carol.
thank you, Carol. See you later. Good morning to you. First, our main news this morning. The deadline for bailiffs to start clearing part of the Dale Farm Travellers site in Essex has just expired.
The local council says the eviction is necessary because some homes have been built without planning permission there. Residents say, though, they will resist any attempt to move them on.
Let's go straight to Dale Farm now and join our correspondent Mark Worthington, who's outside the barricades. What's happening, Mark?
The view from the other side of that barricade then, and join our correspondent Fergal Keane with a couple of people, Fergal, who've concreted themselves next to the barricade.